Hey guys, it's Casey from Casey Designs. So today I'm going to be showing you how to create the entire mock-up from scratch in Adobe Photoshop. So without further ado, let's begin. So in the last part, we finished off our designs. So this is for the page 1, and this is for the page 2. So we're going to be bringing this into a new document to create our mock-up. So go to File, New. And then I'm going to be creating a document with 2000 by 2000 pixels for the width and the height. So, so go down here and change the measuring unit to pixels. And then change this up to 2000. Tab on the keyboard by 2000. So I'm going to be leaving the resolution at 100, that's fine. And the rest will just be default. Then click Create. So I'm going to be getting a perfectly squared document, that's fine. So I'm going to turn off my background. Then the next thing I want to do is to go in and fill up this background with a gradient. So let me just drag this image into Photoshop so I can pick the colors. So don't worry, I'm going to give you guys the image file to work with so you can follow along. And then the next thing I'm going to be doing is fixing up my background. So to fix up the color for the background, so if you take a look at the background image, you will notice that there are two colors going on at the background. There's kind of gray and then a more brighter color at the center in a radial format. So I want to try to recreate that. So before I do that, I would like to let's carry on. I'll bring in the wood later on. So let me just name this to BG background. So I'll go to my FX gradient overlay, and then click here, and then let me use reset to default, and then take this back to black and white. So we all be on the same page. And then I'm going to try as much as possible to recreate this same background. So I'm going to start by clicking on the black. I'm changing this up to around, maybe around 88% brightness for the whites. Or you can always copy the S code if you want to. Then click OK. I'm going to leave the white as it is. Click OK. Let me fix this here, and then all I need to do is just reverse this. So click on reverse, and then change the style from linear to radial. And then we'll have something similar to what we're looking for. So let me just click OK here. And then for the image, go to the image layer and then just put this somewhere around here. And then go back to my gradient overlay. Just double click on this gradient overlay to bring out this our dialog box for us. So let me go back to this. Then maybe I'll just darken this more a bit. Just drag it down a bit, like so. Click OK. Then now I want to reposition my the radar on the screen. So I'll just click in real time, and then I can manipulate to where I want it to appear. And then take down the scale to around 70 or 75. 75 should be fine. And then I'll just click OK. That's fine. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is to bring in my wood texture. So I'm just going to go look for that now, and then just bring it in. So I find an image I'm going to be using. So like I said, you can find these images from pexels.com. As you can see, pexels.com. So you're going to be finding some images like this if you're just searching for wood. So I'm just going to drag this image to Photoshop. Okay, it's loading. And then all I need to do is to cut out this wood from this background. So click enter to apply this transform. Okay, so I'm going to go down to my rectangular Mark Q2, and then kind of zoom in like so. And then go to my rectangular Mark Q2, and then I'll just draw a selection right about here. So if it's not close to the edge, I can just pull this down. Okay, that's fine. And then the next thing I'm going to do is to right click and then layer via copy. And then turn this off. I don't need that anymore. Then go back to my image, the wood I just cut out, name this wood. Go to my move tool and drag this down. Holding shift to drag it down. Zoom out. Okay. Control T. Maybe I'm just gonna pull this out a bit more, like so. Enter to apply. Then go back to my image, holding Control and click on the image to drag this down. So now I'm going to start by placing my images on my screen. So let me do that right away. So I'm going to go to my other roll-up layer, roll-up documents, and then select the page 1 and page 2. Click and drag it out. Still holding it down. Drag it to your new created documents and drag it inside of it, and then just drop this here. So it automatically creates, drop in your layers in here. So they are both behind themselves, that's fine. So I'm going to temporarily turn off the other one. Then for this, select both of them. Control T to just kind of rescale them just a bit, like so. Enter to apply. So I'm doing this so that I won't need to rescale them separately, so there won't be a shift in the scale. So for the page 2, for the page 2, I'm going to drag this here. For the page 1, I'm going to drag this here. Holding shift to drag this here. Drag this here like so. Select both of them again. Maybe I just take them down just a little bit, like so. That's fine. Click enter on your keyboard, and then I'm going to do the first one. Then I'll just duplicate the entire thing to the next one. So going back to my image, turning on this image and dragging it on top of every other layer. So let me go back to the original image so you guys can see. So as you can see from on top here, though it's kind of blurry, but we'll find a way around it. Or better still, maybe I should rescale this from here. Control T. Kind of rescale this so we get a better picture. And kind of zoom in. As you can see, there is a shape up here. There's a shape up here. And there's another shape. There's another shape at the back. So I'm going to try as much as possible to do that. So let me just Ctrl 0 to zoom out, and then rescale this back to its original shape. Okay, something like this. Let me just fix this here. Okay, so I'm going to start by going to my rectangle tool, and then using my rulers, kind of position this right about here. Rulers also positioning this right about here. Okay, that's fine. And then maybe I'll just let me zoom in properly so I get a better close-up view on that. Go to my move tool. Okay, that's fine. Then go to my and I'll go to my rectangle tool and just kind of draw something that looks like this. Even if it covers the shape, it's still fine. Something like this, that's fine. So I'm going to be changing up the color. So I'll go to my FX, gradient overlay, and then reset to default. And I'm already having something close to what I'm looking for. With just a few tweaks, I should be there. So for the first one, I'm going to be dragging this first one right in the center, like so. Then for this, change the color to make it a more darker gray. That's fine. Click on this. Click on this. Once you click on this stuff are called color stops. Once you click on them and then you go somewhere else and click, it will memorize your previously selected color stop and then make a copy of it for you. So I'm going to click on the color, and then I'll just change the brightness up a little bit. I'll just increase the brightness to around maybe say 80%. 80%. Okay. Then click on this again and click here. Then I'm not going to drag this down to delete that. Let me fix this up here. Like I think to make it a little bit brighter than it is. So click on this. Let me use something around 95. 95 is too much. 90. Okay, 90 is fine. I'll do the same thing likewise here. 90. Okay. Now that's perfect. So click OK on this. Then when you zoom out and go to my move tool, now I'm beginning to get something similar to what we're looking for. That's fine. I'm going to zoom back in. Go back to my gradient overlay. Maybe I still want to make some adjustment to this. Then increase the scale. Kind of increase the scale. Okay, that's fine. Click OK. The next thing I'm going to be doing is to add a drop shadow to this. So FX drop shadow. So I want to make it pop. So now it's already popping out. That's fine. That's really cool. So reset to default. Okay, and then increase the opacity of this. Okay, like this is fine. And then increase the size just a little bit. And then maybe I'll just take down the distance. Increase the size. That's way too much. Something like this is fine. I take that down a little bit. And still pull this down like so. Reduce the opacity. And that's just cool. That's nice. Okay. Okay. Then I'm going to create a new drop shadow. Reset this to default. Make this tighter. And then just pull this up. Ctrl Z. Ctrl Z. Maybe I'll just delete this. Okay. I kind of shifted this out of the way. Let me kind of bring this back like so. Okay. Okay, that's fine. But I'm sure you guys get the idea. So I want to try something different. So let me use this color. Let me just choose a gray value. Let's see. Now that look is just too plain. Just too plain. It's just too plain. But that could work if you want to use that also. But I'm going to be sticking with my gradient overlay. So that's fine. Then the next thing I'm going to be doing is to make the other shape at the corner here. So I'll zoom in very close this time around. Okay. And then go to my rectangle tool. And just kind of draw another one. Like so. Okay. So I'm going to be changing this up. Adding FX gradient overlay. Gradient overlay. So for this, I'm going to be using a more darker tone, so black to white. Then the black should be around the center, maybe something around here. Change this up to somewhere around here. Somewhere around here. Click OK. It should be kind of in the center. Click on this, click here to make a copy of it and drag this to the other end. Yeah, something like this is fine. So maybe I'll just take this, maybe just too dark. Maybe somewhere around here should be fine. Yes. Around 9% brightness. Same likewise here. Just type in 9. Click enter, click OK, OK. Ctrl 0 to zoom out. Okay. Then, okay. Now I just need to clear the guides, clear guides. clear, guys. Okay, so I'm just going to zoom in like so. I need to make a copy of this, so Control J on your keyboard and drag this to the other side, holding Shift. Yeah, that's fine. Perfect. So I have that now. That's just fine by me. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to be doing is to go back to my original image. Kind of check this out, see how it looks. Okay. Okay. So the same concept I'm going to be using for the down part also. So I'm going to scroll down, Ctrl 0 to zoom out. Click on this image and then kind of take this up. Then now I would just want to duplicate the top one. This top one I want to duplicate it. Okay. So I'm going to okay. Now I think the background is kind of conflicting with my design. So for now I'm going to continue layer on top of this and just make this kind of grayish like so. Alt backspace to fill that up. So now I get a visual representation of what I just created. So I'm not going to leave that as it is, just to see what I'm doing. That's fine. So I'm going to go up and click on this. Click on this. Kind of collapse this. Let me name this long top. And name this siders. This also siders. Okay. Then I'm going to select the both of them, Ctrl G to group them, and name this top old. Then I want to make a copy of this, so duplicate group. Okay, duplicate group. Okay. Then I'm going to name this one bottom old. Okay. Then I'll just drag this down like so. Okay. Then zoom in and then Control T, holding Shift and Alt to drag this down. Okay, I'll just leave, don't hold Shift and Alt, just drag this down like so. Let me zoom in a bit more. Okay, let me kind of visualize it from the image. Okay. Zoom in a bit more, Ctrl plus to zoom in. Holding spacebar to pan. Then Ctrl T, kind of drag this down. Okay. Okay. Maybe a bit more. Okay. And then go back to this shape, holding Control, click on this shape. Move to holding Control, click on the center shape. Then going back to my drop shadow. Going back to drop shadow. And then I'm going to drag the shadow upwards. Drag the shadow upwards, like so. Maybe a bit more. Maybe I increase the size. Click OK, and then kind of zoom out to kind of visualize. Okay, I forgot to do something. Ctrl Z for that. So there's something I'm supposed to have done. Now, I need to turn off my drop shadow. I need to turn off this use global light so that I can easily adjust just this one down here individually. Now, if this is turned on and you kind of pull out the shadow, now you see it's affecting the top part also, and I don't want that. So, cancel. Let me go back to drop shadow, and then just turn off use global lights. Then now I can pull this up. It won't inversely affect the top one, so that's fine. And kind of blur this out a bit more. Okay, that's fine. Click OK on that, and then zoom in. Okay, that's fine. Then I'm going to make it, I'm going to make a copy of this. So Control J on your keyboard to make a copy of this. And for that, I'm going to be turning off the drop shadow. So just drag this down to delete. That's gone. Then Control T, and then kind of scale this up, should be around here, like so. And then for the down part, for the center one, I'm just going to remove the gradient overlay. So double click on this, taking off the gradient overlay, and then just giving it just a gray tone, a more grayish tone. Maybe something like this should work. Okay, click OK, click OK. Zoom in more, and kind of click, hold Control and click on this. Control T to kind of shrink this more, like so. Enter. Control J, and then just drag this down. Okay. Control 0. Let me delete that. I want this to be longer than it is. Control T on this. Yeah, better. Then Control J, and drag this downwards like so. So let me zoom out. Whew. And that's just way too much. So let me go back in here a bit more, a bit more. Control T. Maybe I take this upwards a bit. Yes. And Control J. Go V to go to your move tool. Kind of drag this down here. Then zoom out. That's fine. Okay. Now there's an issue up here, so let me kind of fix that. For that, shadow is going up. So I'm just going to turn off the drop shadow. Turn off the global light, and just take down the distance. Control 0. Click OK. Let's fix this. Maybe some kind of weird shadow going on down here. Okay. Now there's weird shadow going on back here. I want to fix that. Okay. So to fix that, I accidentally added a drop shadow to that group for this top old group. So let me just take off the shadow, and then everything's back to normal, and delete this. Then Control 0 to zoom out. Okay. 0 to zoom out. And the next thing I'm going to be creating is this portions down here. This leg down here. So let me just zoom in. Let me kind of zoom in. Then just draw a rectangle like so. Round the edge. M is 100. And then all I have to do is to go to my direct selection tool, select this, and kind of move this here. Click yes. Kind of move this here. Just kind of move this here. Okay. Control 0 for that. Let's see. Control 0. It's kind of shifted. Okay. Let me do that again. Direct selection tool. Select this and kind of move them out like so. Yes. Kind of move this in position. Okay. Then just zoom out. Okay. And the next thing I'm going to do is just to kind of position it where it should be. click on it, position it where it should be, and kind of rotate this like so. Then all I have to do is just to, okay, Control T, let me increase this a bit. All I have to do is just to copy one of the gradient from this and then just paste there. So let me copy the gradient for this. So I'm going to hold Control and click on this one here. Right click instead of it, copy layer style, go back, hold Control and click on this, and click on paste layer style. Perfect. So I just want to manipulate this a little bit. So let me hold Control on that. So that's the shape. So let me take this outside the group. Okay. Okay, then just below, rather, below, like so. Then go back to the gradient editor for that. And then all I have to do is just to manipulate these gradients. For this, I'm going to be using a more, let's see, a more brighter tone for that, for the bottom part. And kind of push it all the way here. Kind of favor it more. That's fine. Click OK. Click OK. Maybe I just add, make it look more interesting. Maybe I add a drop shadow to this. Push this backwards. Yeah, that's fine. Take down the size. Okay. Then click OK. Then kind of make a copy of this. Control J. Drag this to the other side. Did I click on it? Okay, I think I made a copy of the wrong one. Okay, Control click on this. Control J. Drag this to the other side. Holding Shift. Control T. Right click instead of it and then click flip horizontal. And enter on that. So. And that's it. Okay, then select both of them, put them in a group, Control G. Double click on the group and name it legs. Okay, that's fine. So maybe I'll just reposition this kind of Control 0. Oh, this one is not inside, so just drop this in. So now kind of position it like so. Then I want to add a drop shadow to the to this my banner here. So hold Control, click on this. Effects, drop shadow. So the drop shadow should be like, okay, like so. Maybe I just drag this down. Kind of drag the shadow down here. Increase the size just a tiny bit, like so. Then click OK. Then copy this layer styles, go to the next page, and then paste that style there. That's fine. And the next thing I'm going to be doing is to copy these three, Control G, name this page 1, old, then Control J on your keyboard, and name this page 2 old, double click on this, delete the copy, and then just drag, holding Shift and drag this to the other one. Perfect. Okay, using my arrow to kind of center it. Then I'm going to go and click on this image and then just turn this off temporarily. Then turn off this one I created at the back, and voila, you have your finished design and ready for saving or showing to your clients however way you want. That's fine. So thank you guys for watching, and then please do make sure you like and then subscribe, and then I really appreciate that. So see you guys in the next lesson. I hope you learned something from this. So I'm going to be providing the PSD file for you guys to download and use. So thanks guys. See you in the next lesson.